The third day of Trump's defamation case featured Judge Lewis Kaplan unloading on Trump's defense lawyer, Alina Habba, for not following his previous rulings.
Oh no!
It's so good. And now it started with Habba's cross-examination of E. Jean Carroll, in which she asked the author if the verdict last year that found Trump liable for sexual abuse against Carroll gave her a greater status in New York media circles. So why is that relevant? Well, that's part of the Trump strategy of claiming that, oh no, we didn't defame E. Jean Carroll. She did this, you see, in order to get more notoriety, you see. That actually helped her. You know, Trump tweeting horrible things about her, calling her a liar and all that stuff, that actually helped her. So she can't claim to be defamed at all. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Well, we can already see that it didn't. Because he's already been found liable for sexual abuse and for defamation. As the questioning went off the rails, though, when Habba demanded to know if Carroll spoke with the media outlets deemed left-leaning platforms. What does that actually mean? I mean, that's a question that seems to be very much a matter of opinion. You could see certain outlets as left-wing, and that might actually be more centrist or more establishment. Again, it's all a matter of opinion, right? Look, to some people, anything that isn't Stormfront might be considered left-leaning. You have people out there calling Fox News on the right too liberal. Oh, it really is a bit of a weird question, but I see the strategy here. Now, of course, Carroll's defense immediately objected to this question. Kaplan sustained that, which led to a bit of a back and forth between Kaplan and Habba. And you've been on left-leaning platforms, she asked. Carroll's lawyer objected, of course. Kaplan sustained. Habba then continued saying they are left-leaning, with Kaplan saying, "Did you not hear me? Hey, Habba, listen, did you not hear me when I just said that?" She continued, saying, "You went on TV?" To which Carroll replied, "To say we'd won this milestone case." So Habba ignored the objections and, of course, ignored the judge. And that's not the only time. In fact, before this, there were 10 objections to Habba's questions that were sustained. So that's, by the way, when she was grilling Carroll about some sexually explicit tweets that she had written in what Courthouse News reporter Josh Russell called the slut-shaming portion of the defense questions. So, great. Let me give you some examples, right? Now, here's what Habba said. You wrote, "How do you know if your sexual advance is unwanted until you actually advance it? Is this still up?" Next example of something that she wrote. Carroll responded, "Yes." Habba then says, "This says, show the man what you like or he will regret he even has a penis." Isn't this like, and of course, that was objected to. And of course, Kaplan sustained the objection. Habba continued saying, "What does this mean? What can be done about the penis?" Okay, that's an interesting question, right? What can be done about the
tallywhacker?
Okay, I don't know. Maybe it could be tightened up.
Tighten up my meat. I like my meat tight.
You don't know. You don't know. Carroll responded with, "It's a philosophical question." All right. Habba then asked, "Discussing penises?" "Yes, we discuss penises." Habba then attempted to show some sort of evidence. DX88. She has apparently had all of these different pieces of so-called evidence, right, which are just her tweets to try to show the court. Carroll's lawyer, of course, objected to this, saying this is back in 2010. Kaplan said sustained because, again, it didn't really matter. All right. The defamation, basically, she's sued Trump for the things she said after she had come out, or he had said after she had come out with the allegations. That's post 2019. So if you're presenting for something from 2010, it's not really relevant, especially since they're not trying to relitigate whether or not he had actually sexually abused her, because that has already been decided. And By the way, those messages, tweets, they have absolutely no bearing on whether former President Trump had actually sexually abused her and defamed her. Okay? Already liable. Already liable. Apparently, though, this is their defense. You're not able to talk about sex at all if you've been a victim. Oh, really? That's interesting. And pretty ridiculous, actually. Especially in her case, because she actually had written for years, decades, an opinion column in a magazine where she'd given her opinion on what? Sex. So not allowed to talk about it if she's ever been victimized? That's really weird. Can't talk about it, can't post, explicit tweets, or else you're asking for it. You must not have been defamed because you can actually talk about the subject. No, it's the same thought process as, well, you were wearing skimpy clothes, so obviously you were asking for it. And if you wear skimpy clothes after it's happened, then you must be, it must not have been a problem to you. And so I guess you're just keep asking for it. No. Look, sexual assault is never about what you're wearing or what you're saying, the things that you've said, whatever. It's about power. It always has been. Okay? Trump, for decades, has felt that he had the power to get away with it. And for a long time, that was true. He could. And he even admitted it. Hey, when you're a star, they let you do it. This case, though, not about that. This is about how much Donald Trump actually owes her in monetary damages for lying about her, defaming her, and even making her feel like her life was in danger. And it looks like Donald Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, is not doing his case any favors. In fact, I think this is going to turn out to be even more of a penalty against him for continuing to defame Ms. Carroll.